Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing distributive property part 2. I hope you watched the part 1. Remember, all you do from a distributive property is you're going to multiply. So whatever is on the outside of that parentheses, you're going to multiply toward the inside. So like for part 1, you had 2 on the outside, x plus 3 on the inside, and you multiplied as you went. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6, and that's what you got for part 1. Okay, for part 2, okay, so you might have to add in some combining like terms. So let's do 3 parentheses x plus 4 plus 5. All right, so we're going to work our distributive property first, and remember that's that number outside of your parentheses. So I'm going to multiply 3 times x and get 3x. And again, 3 times 4 and get 12, which we've added 2, 12. And then I'm going to bring down this plus 5. Okay, earlier in the week you saw combining like terms, so I'm going to combine the plus 12 and the plus 5 together for my final answer of 3x plus 17. Okay, that is what we're going to do today. It adds in this little bit of extra on the outside of your distributive property so that you can combine like terms. So another example, negative 4 on the outside of y minus 4, and then minus 2. So again, we're going to do distributive property. So multiply what is negative 4 times y, negative 4y. Negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16. And bring down the minus 2. If I'm going too fast, please push pause. Write it down. Solve it. Check if you did it right. So I'm going to combine these last two. Positive 16 minus 2. I'm going to bring down my negative 4y because it can't combine with anything. And my answer is 14. Okay, let's go to the next one. So those are some types you could do. You could also have where you have 2x plus 5 parentheses x plus 2. Okay, so the distributive property is not really over here, but we're going to multiply right here because that's the start of our distributive property. So what the first thing I'm going to do is just bring down this 2x because I'm not going to do anything with it right now. So 5 times x would be 5x, and 5 times 2 would give you 10. So we're still going to combine like terms. Now we have x's that are similar terms, so we're going to add those together. 2 plus 5 would give you 7x, and then bring down your 10 because we couldn't do anything with our 10. Well, that's a bad 10. Okay, and that would be our answer. Combine what you can. Let me do another one like this. 7 parentheses x plus 3 and plus 5x. So distributive property first. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 3 is 21. I'm going to bring down this plus 5x. It is not a part of our distributive property. A lot of people will do and try and add that into our distributive property, and it is not a part of it. Okay. So the things I can add together are 7x and this plus 5x. Remember to take that operation sign with it. So 7 plus 5 would give you 12x plus 21 as your answer. Let's go to the next one. Now, on sometimes you might have where you have two distributive properties. So 3x plus 2 plus 4 on the outside of our parentheses, x minus 2. Remember to pause throughout this to write it down. Okay. So we have two sets of distributive properties. So we're going to take it a little bit at a time. So first I'm going to start with the 3. So multiply 3 times each of those terms. So you get 3x plus 6 plus sign doesn't really look like a plus sign. Okay, I'm going to bring down this plus sign right here. 4 times x, so we're on our second set of distributive property. 4 times -2, and you get -8. All right, now we combine like terms. So my x's are going to be the underlined, so you can kind of tell the difference, and my numbers will be circled, just regular old whole numbers. So 3x plus 4x gives me 7x. 6 minus 8 gives me -2. That would be my answer. Okay, this is definitely longer. It has a little bit more steps, but you're still doing distributive property, and then you combine like terms if you can. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of problems, and then you try to do them on your own and pause it, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to work them. So the first problem is 8 parentheses x plus 4 plus 9x. Ooh, that's an x. Okay. And then the second problem is going to be 7 parentheses x minus 3 minus 2x. Try those, pause it, come back, and we'll rework them. Okay. All right, welcome back. So hopefully you did the distributive property first. And you said 8 times x was 8x. 8 times 4 was 32. And then you brought this down. Okay, the next step is to combine those together. So 8x plus 9x is 17x plus 32. All right, did you get it right? If you didn't, what did you do wrong? Do you see what you did wrong? All right. The second problem, you can pause it, work it, come back to me. Okay. I hope you solved it by doing the distributive property 7 times x. And then 7 times that -3, because remember it's kind of acting like it's a negative. It's -21. I'm going to bring down that -2x. Remember, it's really important that you bring down the minus sign with it, that operation sign. Combine what you can. 7x and -2x are going to combine. 7 minus 2 would give me 5x. And bring down your 21. You can't combine it with anything else. That is your answer. Okay, I hope you got these right. If you didn't and you have questions, come to our office hours. They're listed in your Schoology. All right, one thing you might see is when you go to do distributive property. That's a horrible 3. Hold on. All right, so we have 3. You can start getting 2x plus 5. All right, when you go to distribute, you're just going to multiply it like you would. 3 times 2 is 6x. 3 times 5 is 15. Let's see if we can do a harder one. 8 -3x minus 7. Okay, you're still going to do distributive property by multiplying, but now you're multiplying a number in front of your x, your variable. So 8 times -3 is -24x. And 8 times a -7 is -56. So you would multiply. Just like what we've been doing, but now we happen to have a number, a constant in front of our variable. Okay, you just need to multiply it with it. So I'm going to give you an example for you to do, and then you can pause it and solve it and then see if you get it correct, okay? So -6 parentheses 3x minus 7. All right, pause it, work it, come back to me. Welcome back. Hopefully you multiplied -6 times 3 and got -18x. Bring that x is important. And then multiply -6 times -7, +42. All right. This concludes distributive property part 2. Go do that quiz. If you have any questions, let us know.